Hello, the next story quest is called Prelude in Violet, given to us in the Alamegan Quarter by Alice. Orion J arranged to meet us at the Rising Stones. If any of the others heard the voice, we'll find out soon enough. Good luck. I should get back to the meeting with the Elder Seats here, but if there's anything I can do, anything at all, you must let me know, alright? Promise me, says Lise. She and Kane's guard walk off. Alright, let's be on our way. Right, let's be on our way. Oh, cutscene. Am I teleported? I'm teleported! It's so nice of you! I think it's Hoary Boulder. Hoary, not. Yeah, that's fine. Alice walks in, smiles, and runs to Orion J.
Orion J! God, it's good to see you.
He pulls out a pistol and shoots her in...
Would that our meeting were under happier circumstances. I judged the voice sufficient cause for concern even before you sent word of its effect on our comrade.
You know what's kind of funny? Since I just said that Orion J pulls out a gun and shoots, I kind of want to do that in D&D. Be like, the goblin pulls out a machine gun and it's just everybody make 7 dex saves. Sorry. Mix of genres. Or game types.
You heard it too, then?
Aye. And all but certainly at the selfsame instant. Alas, pained as I was, I could make little sense of what few words did then reach mine ears.
Who do you think is responsible? Could this be the Ascians doing?
He shakes his head.
That I cannot say.
Oh.
Not when so little is known.
Usually shaking your head means...
Ere I indulge in speculation, I would examine Thancred with mine own eyes.
To Alamigo, then, without further delay.
To Alamigo.
One other thing. During my visit to the Far East, I observed a strange phenomenon.
Thou referest, I presume, to the localized reduction in etheric density.
Well, that spares me the trouble of an explanation. Yes, I noted precisely that at 2 apparently unconnected locations. I take it the phenomenon is not limited to the Far East.
Indeed not. Of late, our agents charged with surveilling the beast tribes have spoken of little else. In every corner of the realm, they tell of places in which the ether hath grown thin. Naturally, my suspicions first turned to primal activity, but the areas thus affected betray no evidence of summoning. I must confess to being quite perplexed.
If the same phenomenon is being observed in multiple locations on opposite sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to say, this warrants further investigation.
Indeed, I shall make it my task to...
Is he the only one getting a flash this time?
The voice. It calleth to me once more.
Yeah, the screen just went to this weird, like a camera flash kind of thing, and now he's like clutching his head. We got another camera flash, another. These are all... Oh, Ishtola gets it now.
I hear it too.
Oh, now Alice and myself.
Only you. Only you.
No!
How's Alice? She falls to her knees.
Ishtola! Orion J!
Throw wide the gates.
It's over.
No. No, this can't be happening!
Is Orion J down? Oh, and Y'shtola. More souls.
Y'shtola! Urianger! Open your eyes!
Called. Open your
Open
eyes.
your eyes, I beg you!
Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Say something! Anything! Not again. Please, not again.
Not like this. I know you. You're that pirate guy with the one eye patch. And Hoary Boulder. And the caster lass, I know. I can't remember why or from what. Alright, cutscene over. We're speaking with Alice. Alian was the elven caster, or Elizin, whatever. Oh, new cutscene, talking to Alice. Forgive me, that was an unseemly display. It happened before your very eyes, my lady. None here would have behaved any differently, says Hoary Boulder. We have borne the two of them to a private chamber, but tell me, is it true that Master Thancred languishes in a like state in Alamigo? I'm afraid so. Though, given the circumstances, it would seem best to observe them together. I will send word to Lys that he should be brought here. Take heart, my lady. The world is full of scholars and knowledgeable folk of every persuasion. Someone out there is bound to know what ails our comrades and how it may be cured. Thus will we rouse them, no matter what. That we will, Hoary. That we will. But first things first, our comrades will have questions. Our comrades will have questions. I don't know why. Yeah. Weird. May I ask that you explain the situation to them? I must attend to a private matter. He pats his chest. A couple times. Oh, I promised I'd visit someone in Limsa. He's been waiting at Maelstrom Command for a while now. You know, you should come along too. I think he'd be glad to see you. Is it like the ex? Oh no, he's... Alright. Alice and I take our leave. Limsa Maelstrom Command. Well, the cheapest way, if not the fastest, but I still try to do cheapest. And, you know, every once in a while maybe it pays off. Maybe I have that extra bit of money that I need to buy that one piece of gear that I'd really like. Otherwise, I cannot progress in the dungeons. Or something. Ethernet to the airship landing. To the airship ticketer. Passage to Limsa. I saved 285 gold. Give or take. It was very quick math, I don't know. Not entirely certain. I don't know where my freaking home point should be, by the way. Like, anyway, sprint. Lily Knight, meaty shimmer. Storm Private cannot be the one she's been wanting to meet, I think. As you've probably guessed, it's Gabu we've come to see. The private here will bring him out to us. Ever since the Maelstrom took him in, I've tried to visit as often as I can, and after what befell our friends, I was taken by the urge to visit again. It's difficult to explain. It's difficult for me to talk, so sorry. You're doing better explaining than I am talking. Gabu. I'm trying to remember who the fuck that is. Oh, the little goblin dude. Okay. Speaking of goblins.
Here he is, my lady.
Weird. Oh yeah, the one whose parents were like not savable and yeah, okay. I don't think I've ever heard Gabu talk in whatever voice they use for him.
Gabu, it's been too long.
He's just quiet.
I'm afraid there's been no change. If he can see or hear us, he has given no sign.
I see.
You're still fighting. I'm proud of you.
The Storm Private leaves us.
We promised that we would come and visit you together, didn't we? Alphino and I. I'm sorry that we haven't managed that yet. You know, with the three of us like this, does it not remind you of that night? Of the stars beyond count twinkling in the heavens? I was feeling pretty low back then. Powerless. But I knew that my brother was close by if I needed him, and that the others would be waiting for me back at the Rising Stones. Not like now. I've seen my share of trouble since coming to Eorzea. Been reminded again and again of my limitations, of how little I can change about this world. And I've come to know the sorrow of parting all too well. But to have the people I hold dear struck down before my eyes, and be powerless to help them, that I cannot bear.
You still have me, or you don't have to bear this burden alone. I'm gonna say you don't have to bear this burden alone. You don't have to bear this burden alone. I'm trying to figure out what I want Mercy's voice to be.
No, I don't. You're right. It's pure arrogance to imagine I can solve everything by myself. You'd think I'd have learned that by now. Thank you. I don't know what I'd do without you. Well, that's more than enough brooding for one day.
Gabu, let's come with us. You're gonna help us take down the Empire.
Come on. We have friends to save.
And get some souls back. Gabu, you're like an engineer, right? The cutscene basically ends with a close-up of Gabu kind of looking up at Alisay's face, but still saying nothing, changing really not at all. Alright, talking to Alisay. Let's return to the Rising Stones and take it from there. Thanks again for agreeing to come. It meant a lot to me. In the Rising Stones. 405, yeah, might as well. I don't know of a cheaper way. Thanalan might be cheaper, but I'd have to pay for, yeah, whatever, that's fine. 405's not bad. Like 700, 1,000, yeah, I'll do my best to try to find another way. But frugality, my friends. Da-da. I think I still have all the quests that I gained from this building for like hard modes of stuff I never did because I don't really want to. Too much of a pussy. Someday, especially if I find a group just to run stuff with. I've never looked for one, but a group to run more difficult content together who's like willing to come up with strategy, watch the videos to make sure everybody knows what's going on, because if you're just solo queuing and hoping for the best with a random party, yeah, I did some thinking on the way back, and I think Hori is right. We need to seek outside help. Ordinarily, we would turn to our own experts on such matters, but they're both among the stricken. I will begin by reaching out to the myriad guilds and research institutions here in Eorzea. Additionally, Grandfather and Menphilia had a wealth of connections between them, and I mean to explore those avenues too. We'll find a way to save everyone, mark my words. Much and more has happened in recent days, some of it for the good, some not so, but all around me, people continue their fight. From the shinobi who search for Alphinaud to the Alliance members who make ready to move against the Empire, they march in the face of great adversity. Goddamn, bearing heavy burdens. Everyone is playing their part, and so must I. You have your own part to play, I know, and it's bigger than most. So I won't keep you. Just promise that you'll visit from time to time, and I promise I'll have a good tidings to share with you when you do. Prelude in Violet is complete. That's the last video for Final Fantasy that I'm doing for tonight. Oh, we have a cutscene. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. We look at the throne. Gilded, very well decorated. That, like, thick, vampire-looking head lord dude, and Xenos behind him.
The Populares no longer present an obstacle. Now is the time to bring the Empire's might to bear. A word from your Radiance is all it takes. But one word, and the Imperial army will fall upon Alamigo as a pack of bloodthirsty wolves and tear that feeble nation apart.
I can never remember his name. He looks like Arthas from...
Have you no words for me?
From Warcraft, like, as Arthas was turning into the Lich King, white hair, but like, more gaunt and more zombie-like than Arthas.
Despite the lengths I go to, an emissary playing the part of a fool. When first I took this face, I swore to use all of my knowledge, all of my power, to further the cause of the Empire. My deeds stand testament to my commitment.
So he's always been an Asian? Because we see... this is all... Well, there's been a couple flashbacks, but like this one is of him in a white Asian robe. And the hooded, the hood as well, but having the Xenos face. And I think in his right hand he's got the Asian mask.
And with this adamant flesh at my disposal, I could destroy the Icon Slayer as easily as one might swat a fly. Why do you hesitate?
Excuse me. I've taken down an Asian before. It took me and 7 others, but... This is Xavius? Is that his name? Xavius? Hopefully we'll find
Our
out.
enemy is resourceful. Though victory is certain now, it will not remain so indefinitely. Deliberate if you must, but be quick about it. We'll speak again when you have unburdened yourself of doubt. Until then, I take my leave, Father.
Xenos turns, walks away, one slow step at a time. The head lord is not moved. But we see a close-up of his face now.
I should be the one to sigh.
And now this is someone else. Approaching from the darkness.
I played my part to perfection. I had earned my rest, and then, thanks to La Habrea's crowning act of idiocy, our favorite emissary sees fit to summon me back.
He's dressed kind of as...
Elidibus was ever a warrior. A most tiresome trait, would you not agree?
He's dressed nicely. Black coat with gold shoulder pauldrons and epaulets, and a gold and red belt, kind of a white in the middle, like just kind of like a triangle between another like black vest underneath, and a red sash and across the shoulder. And then he's got the Telltale Empire little gem on his forehead, and a little shock of white hair amongst a darker brown. I don't know him. Is he saying he was Elidibus for a bit and got tired of that, and now he's someone else?
What? Have you no words for me either? No matter. I've long grown weary of this mummery.
He's taken a couple steps down the stairs from the throne, which he was behind, I think, and just sat on the stairs in front of this lord dude whose name I can't remember still.
Now, my dearest grandson, let me remind you of your place in the simplest of terms.
Huh. Grandson. Okay.
You do not make judgments, you administer them. Swiftly and to the letter. Naught else is your concern. Elidibus may be an insufferable bore, but he is no fool.
Oh.
His choices as emissary seldom err.
So Elidibus has taken over the body of Xenos. Okay. He said grandson. I think we've learned who, like, the founder of the Empire...
If aught threatens the balance twixt light and dark, it falls to you to remove it. Be it by your own hands or by your armies, you have ample means at your disposal.
And he sits on the throne. Nope, never mind.
That is why this empire exists, why I built it.
Solus, yeah, so I was right. Solus Zos Galvus. His irises, so yeah, not pupils. His irises are yellow, or gold even. Solus Zos.
Oh dear.
Galvus.
Have I touched a nerve? You always were an easy one to read. I pity you, I do.
Immortal.
As they say, ignorance is bliss. And I know how much happier you would be not knowing the things you know. The founding father was an Ascian.
Okay.
And he created the Empire solely for the purpose of sowing the seeds of chaos.
Sure. That's not even that hard to buy, honestly.
Don't take it personally. I merely do my duty.
He's a lot more, like, verbose and flamboyant. Not in a bad way. Than the other Ascians.
To bring about a calamity requires no small amount of power, and there is no surer way to obtain such power than by collecting powerful pawns.
Sometimes I wish I was the kind of person that took a lot of notes about these kind of things, so that I could be like, oh wait, I know what this is, before ever the reveal comes.
To that end, I have labored long and hard, and I must say I am quite pleased with my handiwork, paltry though it seems in comparison to Allag.
Oh. And a shot rings out from the grandson's gun, and Solus is hit.
You fiends are overfond of your own voices.
And falls down the stairs. His name is Zarius?
Mark me, Ascian.
Varus.
Man is the master of his own destiny.
But you are... So this dude had a kid, and then had a kid, and kid had a kid, and kid had a kid. Yeah, he's alive still, obviously.
Such a waste of time and energy. Both yours and mine.
Not so easily destroyed. Varus.
Lest you forget, you are Emperor now. If you wish to spout drivel about man's destiny, save it for the masses. It will serve to give them a sense of purpose, and you pliant pieces for the game. Oh, do stop sulking, boy. You, of all people, should understand. Ours is a struggle to restore both mankind and the world to their rightful state. Viewed thus, our goals are one and the same.
Meanwhile, at a resistance encampment somewhere in the Empire. We see Alphino and some Empire people, I believe, who have found a couple tents. Oh, yeah, the hunters. Is that what they're called? What in the world? Says Alphino. Is this their camp? Oh no, a bunch of dead frickin'... Are those resistance outfits? Or uniforms? It looks like a bunch of... and their eyes are white. Dead. All dead. Yet I see no wounds, nor any evidence of battle. One of the other guys who's with him shakes his head. Kind of same thing. The gal with the polearm staff, whatever it is still looking, but you're maybe doing like funeral rites over some of the dead. The gunslinger dude walks up. Damn them. They finally used it. Shadowhunter's his name. I think he knows what happened here. The Empire developed an alchemical weapon in Girabania, a gas. Black Rose, it was called. And to breathe it is to breathe your last. And that did this? I thought the project abandoned, and its vile fruit destroyed, but naught else could have wrought such an atrocity. Fools. What do they hope to gain with this butchery? Can they not see that a rule won through terror will not endure? How many more provinces must they lose? Shakes his head, closes his eyes. Lifts his eyes to the sky now. Nay, wait. This is not the work of men, but monsters. The Ascians. It cannot be a coincidence that their trail led us here. Their objective was never to rule, but to sow strife and discord. Alphino nods. Such a crime does indeed bear the mark of the bringer of chaos. Black Rose cannot be allowed to kill again. We must find this the Ascians and put an end to their plot. This video is almost longer than the last one, and it didn't give me the same warning. Yeah, they're all just laying there, like... They all just laid there. Get up. Alright, so that's the end of this quest for real now. I'll see you guys next time.